Here are a few poses to stretch the thigh muscles and the psoas muscle. Begin lying down on your back and place a block at the medium height, the long way, under the sacrum. With your knees bent, draw your right knee in towards you, holding around the back of the thigh. Release the thigh into the clasp of your hands. Stretch your left leg straight and flex your left foot so the toes are drawing back. And continue to release the thigh into your hand and press the upper inner left thigh down. Keeping the upper inner thigh down, start to draw the leg in toward you, but only go as far as you can while still maintaining the upper inner left thigh moving down. To help this action, you can extend out through the inseam of your left leg, out through the base of the big toe. Continue to draw the leg in while extending out through the inner left thigh. And then release. Switch sides. Let the left thigh release into the clasp of your hands. Let your sacrum be heavy on the block. Press the upper inner right thigh down and extend through the inseam of your right leg as you draw the left knee closer in towards you. Check that your hips and your pelvis stay even and the sacrum stays heavy on your block. And then release and rest with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. For the next one, draw your right toes back. I'm showing on the left side first so that you can see better. With your toes curled under. And extend your left or your right knee forward toward the front of your mat and direct the knee in toward the midline rather than away. So watch that the knee doesn't go beyond the line of the outer hip. To deepen this, keep taking your right foot back with the toes curled under and extend out through your knee toward the midline. And then switch sides. Take the left toes back, curl them under. Reach the left knee toward the midline between the legs, keeping the knee at least in line with the outer hip. And then possibly take the toes back to deepen the stretch. Relax your front ribs down. And again, let your sacrum be heavy on your block. Okay, place your foot on the floor, lift your hips, move the block to your side. Now we'll do a couple of thigh stretches and psoas stretches at the wall. Take your right leg into Virasana with your shin up the wall and your left leg forward bent to 90 degrees. Bring your hands up to your knee. Shift your hips back so that your sacrum touches the wall first. If you get your sacrum to the wall, then you work to get your upper body to the wall. If this is hard on your knee, you can use a thin blanket as a cushion, and if it's hard on the top of your foot, you can place a washcloth or a mat piece there to make it a little softer. You can work here by rolling the outer left hip down, possibly stretch your right arm up to stretch through that right side, or stretch both arms up. Okay, we'll release. You can repeat any of these a second time as well if you wish, or do longer holdings. So the foot is in a Virasana foot so that the inner heel is coming toward the outer hip. First is sacrum to the wall, then shoulders. Work to roll the outer right hip down to make the hips and the pelvis more even, right to left. Possibly stretch one arm up or both arms. Direct the tailbone toward the floor and stretch up through the sides of the body. Okay. For the next version of that, we'll do the same thing but with the toes curled under. Bring your hands up to your knee, and again, move your sacrum toward the wall. And if it doesn't get there, which it really might not in this one, just keep working it back, tailbone down, low belly up. Big stretch for the thigh. And then we'll do the other side. You want to get your knee as close to the wall as you can. And again, place your lower leg so that if your hips were to come to the wall, the inner heel would be in line with the outer hip. Shift your hips back, draw your tailbone down, sides of the waistline back, and lift the front body. And release. And then for the last one, we'll go back to the first position. Starting here, sacrum to the wall, shoulders to the wall. From here, you're going to bend your front knee, possibly shifting your left foot forward a little bit so that you come into a deep lunge. Then we'll take the back foot, take hold of the back foot, and start to draw the heel in toward the outer hip, taking the foot away from the wall. Keep the top of the right thigh resisting back so the heel and the thigh come together. Draw the tailbone down, and from the pubic bone, stretch up through the navel, and from the navel, lift the chest. And release. Now we'll switch sides. Take your shin up the wall, back to the first position, sacrum and upper back to the wall. Slide the right foot a little bit forward, bend your front knee deeply. Take hold of the top of the foot, move the thigh back, and bring the heel in so they come close. And then moving the lower and upper leg together, shift your hips forward. Lengthen your tailbone down. From the pubic bone, draw up the front body to the navel, and from the navel up to the sternum. And release. Take a brief downward facing dog with your heels up the wall, pressing the tops of the thighs back. Come down and take a little rest in child's pose.